July 6, 1967 marks the beginning of what many know as the Biafran War, but it was actually a genocide, a brutal bloodbath which took the lives of over 2 million people in just 2.5 years. The genocide was rooted in colonialism, funded and fueled by the British Crown. Various imperialist powers rushed to profit from the violence. During the colonial era, Britain divided its Nigerian colony into 2 separate protectorates, which they often pitted against each other. The British strategy of divide and rule led to brutal power struggles between Northerners and Southerners after independence. The year 1966 saw a series of military coups across the West African nation. The first coup installed an Igbo head of state, leading Northerners to fear that Igbo Southerners were out for a power grab. After the second installed Lieutenant Colonel Yakubu Gowon in 1966, targeted killings of Igbo civilians spread across the north. After the massacre of between 80,000 and 110,000 Igbo civilians, the Igbo majority states of southeastern Nigeria attempted to secede and form an independent state which they called Biafra. Over the next 2.5 years, the Nigerian government would reconquer Biafra through policies of economic blockade, mass starvation, and aerial bombardment. The British government provided the materials. According to now declassified files, Britain sent Nigeria 15 million rounds of ammunition, 21,000 mortar bombs, 42,500 howitzer rounds, 1,950 rifles with grenade launchers, over 6,800 kilograms of explosives, 500 submachine guns, 4,000 rifles, and 4 helicopters by the middle of 1968. Commonwealth Minister George Thomas plainly stated the British motive. Quote, "The sole immediate British interest in Nigeria is that the Nigerian economy be brought back to a condition in which our substantial trade and investment in the country can be further developed, and particularly so we can regain access to important oil installations." End quote. Meanwhile, France rushed to support the Biafran side. Their motives were the same. The French Secretary General of African and Malagasy Affairs, Jean-Maurice Bopp, stated, quote, "France supported Biafra because of the oil and Iraq, but not the Igbo Revolution." End quote. France sent at least $30 million worth of resources to Biafra. The story of Biafra is an important reminder of the need for a totally unified Africa. If Africa unites into a single federal state, no single ethnic group will be numerically powerful enough to dominate.